and then I'm like, everybody get out.
Now we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Hello, we are going to be building a greenhouse. He found this random design on Google using cattle panels that we thought would be super quick, easy, and relatively cheap. I think we spent about $100 on cattle panels.
Yeah.
So we need to cut some green wood. I know everybody has such mixed opinions on green wood.
It's literally just for greenhouse, so it doesn't really matter that it's green wood. And white oak is actually really resistant to insects and rot. It's good for wet applications like boats and stuff like that, so we really shouldn't have any issues with it. But yeah, I got one of the boards cut already. We got to cut one more.
Oh, and I know that you're probably like, why are you building a greenhouse in the middle of the summer? It's definitely way past season.
I was actually going to say that this is kind of going along with our preparing for winter series.
Yeah, I bought a ton of plants because I had the urge to buy a ton of plants, and now I need to keep them alive. So we're going to do a very small greenhouse setting, small for us, and
it's 16 feet long. I wouldn't really call it small, but
yeah. I mean, I know, but eventually I want to have like a huge one.
Yeah.
So this will be kind of like a little tester run, see how it goes, and just kind of like a prep for the winter. And then if it goes great, then we will build something bigger over the winter for actual season of planting, because we are way past that. So let's get to it. And we use soap to lube it all up.
I would use Pine Sol, but I don't have any. Stop. Where it sits right now, without cutting any more trees down, it should get sunlight from about 9:30, 10 o'clock until about 5:30.
Not the panels, the greenhouse.
Yeah.
It's 5:36 p.m. This is where the greenhouse is going to be, so a majority of the day
Right now.
we're going to have a ton of sunlight. This is a piece of wood that we cut a while ago, but we're going to use it as the end caps. So technically not green wood, but whatevs. Oh,
wet.
it is?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So I cut these boards on the sawmill. I don't know why, but I thought they were 2x6s, but these are actually 2x8s and these are 2x6s. But it worked out that they're 2x8s because it's the same size as the paneling.
Using some cable wood staples for the cattle panel frame, and then we're using zip ties.
Hold it all together. So pretty much all leftover materials that either we had laying around or left over from building the house. We don't really have a need for wood staples anymore, so I may as well put them to good use, right?
2 panels down, 2 more to go. So now that we have the main frame done, we have this last piece of extra panel, and then we kind of boxed it off, but that's not gonna work. It's not aesthetically pleasing, so we have a great friend, Dylan, he's over there, who's gonna tack weld it all in for us.
Right now I'm working on the door frame. I was hoping to use some extra 2x4s I had from the house, but I ran out, so I'm gonna make 2x4s out of this 2x10 that I made on the sawmill. It's a nice grain.
I think we have enough scrap that we can do it for both sides, and then maybe just enclose the top little piece right there. All right, we are so happy with how it came out. It's definitely not, you know, our ideal greenhouse, but she's definitely going to be perfect for the winter.
And then you can see the shelf that we put in, and then we'll end up adding a couple more rope supports along the way to support all the plants.
I'm also gonna add shelving along the bottom and like some hanging stuff, so it's going to be completely transformed, but this is the meat and bones. It's getting dark out. I think we're gonna call it a night. We are still gonna be working tomorrow, so yeah.
I'm ready for bed.
Yes, he doesn't feel so good. Hi, it's late and we need to do an intro, but you're just gonna have to deal with it, I'm sorry. Intro, see, it's late. Outro, I meant outro. Good night. I apologize for the kind of short video. We've been really trying to put out super long videos, but this is just step 1 in this project, and step 2 is a whole lot longer, so just bear with me. We will have longer videos from here on out. This was just kind of a flop week, so I apologize. Our first question is from Bill. He said, why don't you guys put a crank and pulley system on the solar system so you can put them in any direction?
Yeah, I've actually been considering doing that. I've been trying to figure out the right design if I do decide to go that route. So it's still in the thought stage of it, but we may end up doing that, so we shall see. Bianca says, now that y'all have been living in the house with all the dogs for a bit now, do you wish you had made it bigger? I know the goal is for it to be an in-law suite in the future, but since it will be your home for years, do you wish it was like 3 or 4 containers instead?
I would say that as we're moving tools out of the house is definitely getting a lot bigger, and I think it's the perfect size for us. We also want to do a 4 seasons room off the back because we have 2 dog crates in here. 2 of our dogs we don't like to leave out when we are gone for their own safety because they are menaces. So once we're able to get those dog crates out and in their own 4 seasons room, I think that'll also open up the space a lot more, but it's just us.
Yeah,
so I feel
and
like it's relatively
the dogs
decent.
the dogs spend a majority of their time outside too. They love being outside. And our winter season's pretty long here, and we have 2 huskies, so as soon as it gets cold, it's hard to keep them in the house.
They don't want to be in here.
So, you know, the only time everybody is really in the house together is right now at nighttime when we're getting ready for bed. So space hasn't really been much of an issue. Convenience-wise, yeah, it'd be great to have 3 or 4 containers, but then you got to look at it would cost a lot more to build it too, because then that's more square feet that you got to put flooring down and insulation on and all that good stuff too.
More concrete, more rebar, another container, more reinforcements, more steel.
Yeah, and we've seen why didn't we do like life uncontained and put a big space in between the containers? That's the same thing. Then it would have cost us, you know, a ton more in concrete. The containers wouldn't be able to share center pillars. They'd have to have 6 pillars on their own each. So you know, that alone would have jacked the cost up a lot. And so there's always factors that come into stuff. So
and at the end of the day, this isn't a forever home for us. As y'all know, this is a home to live in while we build a bigger home. So in the future, y'all will see us build a way larger home, which will be our forever home, our family home, the home that we have kids in. And this is just kind of a temporary home to get us through until then, which we're hoping to do that, I'd say probably in the next 4 years, 3 to 4 years. Maybe, we'll see, hopefully, if things keep going the way that they're going. And then this home will stay as kind of like a vacation home for our family and friends when they want to come and visit, and like a little mother-in-law suite, like as Bianca said. So I think it's perfect for us, but if you don't like to live a very minimal lifestyle, this is probably not going to be your style, especially with 4 dogs, because it can get chaotic and it can get stressful, and then I'm like, everybody get out. So, but other than that,
yeah, and I think it all kind of depends on how you design it too. You know, we tried to maximize space as good as we could with, what is that? Oh, the ducks are going crazy.
Yeah.
We tried to maximize space as much as we could with, you know, all of our storage and just the way that we have our floor plan designed and pocket doors and all that kind of stuff. So that definitely helped out a lot. But
yeah, other than that, we're pretty happy with it. I think, like I said, I think it's the perfect amount of space just for us. So we will see y'all. For us, it's gonna be in the morning. For y'all, it's gonna be in like a couple days. But we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take